And with a five says, they are mad at someone outside of the in crowd is succeeding without them, and even more mad that they weren't given access like spoiled children. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I think that's the center of it for a lot of people is it's like it's arrogance, it's narcissism. Some people think that everything goes to their beat, so they can't do any wrong. And therefore, anything that they say must be. And this is why I think, let me say this. This is why I believe that no matter who you are, I think it's worth learning about economics. I really do. I think that's one of the most important subjects that people should be knowledgeable on. And I'm not talking some Keynesian bullshit. I'm not talking about that governmental bullshit, right? I'm talking like Austrian, maybe even Chicago, right? Economics, like understanding that, and especially with them from the Austrian perspective of understanding economics is human action, because what it does, it'll allow you to further understand that you don't control shit. And I'm using that in a literal term. Like the market, you can't beat, you can't outpace. It's just what it is. And so you won't get as frustrated when you have something and you're participating in, let's say, a given economy or a given industry. You won't get so angry or frustrated to where you make critical errors when the market doesn't respond in a way that you think they're supposed to have. It's not centrally planned, jackass. That's not how this shit works. The market determines what it is. So when you say, hey, try to cope with the fact that, let's say, we've seen a lot of success in a relatively short period of time, there's nothing nefarious going on. There's no way to even like spin that. Even if you hate the fucking book, even if you don't like the way it looks, even if you hate my fucking guts, that is totally irrelevant to the economics of it all, because the market has determined elsewhere, like otherwise. That's what happened. And they're correct. And that, the same can be said. The same can be said for something that I don't like, obviously, because I'm not that much of a fucking narcissist, right? Maybe there's reasons that something was successful, but I can't knock the success if it's successful. If I just can't. If I said that was not up to my speed, and the market has determined that this thing is up to their speed and they enjoy it to the point to where the company that created that thing is profitable, doesn't fucking matter what I feel about it. We just shooting the shit. We just talking shit, and we're free to do that, right? Everybody's got fucking opinions, but my opinion is not the opinion. I would never trick myself and fool myself, and this is because I understand economics. I would never fool myself into thinking that that everything is determined by how I feel about the shit. That's just not how it works. The market is the market. The market determined that the Rippaverse is a multi-million-dollar company and extremely profitable. That's what the market said. You can not like it. You can hate me. You can think Cliff Richard sucks. You can think Joe Bennett's trash. You can think Chuck Dixon is no good. You can think the Soskers are no. That's irrelevant. That does not matter, because, like I've said, you've heard me word it this way. I can accept that there are people that are not going to like ISOM 1, and there are people that are not going to like ISOM 2. That's never been the issue. The issue is that some people can't accept that other people are actually into it. That's where the problem is. Because I can 100% accept that. This is why this whole, it's like I've said, it's to float something out there and say it over and over and then get other people to believe it, right? It's like this whole, well, he can't take criticism thing. It's like, where did that come from? Like, no. If anything, you can't take criticism about your own individual position, because you can't envision a world where you believe people like some shit that you don't. I can. I have no problem doing that. 100% have no problem doing it. I have no issues with someone saying they don't like that shit. That's cool. Like, it is what it is. Nothing is unanimously liked. Nothing is. That's fine. I can accept that. But for some others, they can't accept that, well, other people do like it. And that is what makes them fucking mad. So they conflate it. Or if anything, maybe it's a projection. It's like, hey, well, I just say he can't take criticism because he's listening to the people that enjoy the story. That was the most bizarre thing about the ISOM and ISOM 1 and ISOM 2 bit. It's like, bro, some people like it. Actually, a lot of people fucking like it. It had a lot of return customers for a number 2. A lot of people actually fucking like the shit. That's okay. If you don't, that's fine. Like, nobody looks at any, especially a company with multiple titles, right? Like a Marvel or DC. Nobody says, hey, I'm not a fan of the Punisher. And then they're like, okay, well, that means that the Punisher sucks. Like, what the fuck? Or that means nobody likes the Punisher, right? Or Spider-Man sells more than the Punisher. Always, and it always will. Nobody says, like, there's an issue there, because it's not. People like what they like. Maybe there's a title in the future that someone might like if they don't like ISOM 1. Maybe they won't like Alpha Core. Maybe they will like Alpha Core. Maybe they won't like either of those and they like Yaira. Maybe they don't like Yaira, but they like ISOM. That's the fucking point. That's the fucking point. You like what you like. But the success is the success. That's not to be determined just because someone don't like some shit. That just doesn't matter what it is. That applies to me. That applies to everybody in every single entertainment industry. You might not like the shit, but if the market has determined that company is to be profitable off of selling that, then that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, success is success. So this is why I believe that you should learn economics. If you don't know anything else, learn anything else, you should learn about economics. It'll help you better understand the world, and it also will help you get less frustrated.